to my channel. Today we are talking about something strange. Can you really learn English while you sleep? You are tired. You work all day. You study English at night, but your brain is empty. Your eyes are heavy. You fall asleep with your phone in your hand, and the lesson is still not finished. Sound familiar? Maybe you feel this way too. You have no time to study. You study, but you forget everything by morning. You watch a video in English, and you fall asleep before it ends. You feel guilty. You think, I am wasting my only free hour. Today, I want to tell you about a woman named Sana. Sana worked long hours at a hospital. She loved English. She wanted to speak English clearly, without translating every word in her head first. But she had one big problem: no energy left at night. This is her story, and by the end you will understand exactly how to turn your tired, sleepy nights into quiet English practice without stress and without losing sleep. Chapter 1: The Empty Hour. Every night was the same. Sana finished her shift. She ate dinner alone. She opened an English lesson on her phone. 10 minutes later, her eyes closed. The lesson kept playing. She woke up at 2 a.m., phone dead, lesson forgotten. She felt frustrated. Every night the same failure. Every morning the same guilt. One evening, her English teacher friend Leo called her. Sana said, "I don't have energy to study anymore." Leo asked one question: what if you stopped trying to study at night and started listening instead? Sana didn't understand. Isn't that the same thing? No, Leo said. Studying needs energy. Listening needs only your ears. That night, Sana tried something small. Before bed, she played an English audio, something she already understood, something simple, something calm. She did not try to learn new words. She did not pause to translate. She just listened, lying in the dark, until she fell asleep. In her notebook, an old blue notebook she carried everywhere, she wrote one line before closing her eyes. "Tonight, I don't study, I just listen." It felt strange. It felt too easy. But something about it felt right. Soon, Sana would discover that this too easy habit was only the beginning of something much bigger. Chapter 2: The Rule of the Familiar. The next week, Sana made a mistake. She got excited. She chose a new English podcast, fast, full of new words, a topic she didn't know well. She played it at bedtime, hoping to learn twice as fast. It didn't work. Her brain, tired from the day, tried to catch every new word. Instead of relaxing, she felt stressed. She woke up more tired than before. She called Leo again. "The night listening isn't working anymore." Leo laughed gently. "What did you listen to?" "Something new, something I hadn't heard before." "There's your problem," Leo said. "At night, your brain doesn't want new information. It wants familiar information. Listen to something you already understand, something you've heard 2 or 3 times already. Your brain isn't learning new words at night. It's practicing old ones quietly in the background. Sana understood. That night she chose an old favorite, a short story she had listened to many times, one she almost knew by heart. She played it softly, no stress, no pausing to check a dictionary, just familiar sounds, again and again, like a lullaby. In her notebook she wrote, "New words are for the day, familiar words are for the night." A small win, but a real one. She woke up the next morning and realized she remembered 3 phrases from the story without even trying. Soon she would learn that this simple rule, familiar, not new, was the key that made everything else possible. Chapter 3. The Whisper Before Sleep. Weeks passed. Sana's nights became calmer, but Leo noticed something. Sana was only listening. She wasn't speaking at all. "Listening is only half of it," Leo said. "Try this. Before you sleep, whisper a few English sentences to yourself. Not loud, not perfect, just a whisper, in the dark, right before your eyes close." Sana felt shy about this at first. Talking to herself alone in her room felt silly, but she tried it anyway. After her nightly audio finished, she whispered 3 sentences from the story, slowly, softly, half asleep. "I whisper what I hear. My mouth remembers what my brain forgets." She wrote this in her notebook the next morning, half asleep still, the pen shaking slightly in her tired hand. The strange thing was this. The words she whispered at night came back to her easily during the day. When a patient at the hospital asked her something in English, one of her whispered sentences appeared in her mind, ready, natural, without translation. Every whisper, every sleepy repetition, every soft word in the dark, it all added up, quietly, night after night. Soon Sana would discover that her mornings were changing too, and that the real secret was not just what happened at night, but what happened the moment she woke up. Chapter 4. The Morning After. One morning, Sana woke up with an English sentence still in her head, clear, complete, like a leftover dream. She grabbed her blue notebook immediately and wrote it down before it disappeared. Leo had told her about this before, but she hadn't believed it. "Right after you wake up," he said, "your brain is still soft, still open. Whatever you review in those first 2 minutes sticks easily." So Sana built a new small habit. Before checking her phone, before getting out of bed, she opened her notebook and read yesterday's line, the one she had whispered the night before. She said it out loud, once, slowly. Some mornings, nothing came. Other mornings, a whole sentence appeared, clear and ready, as if it had been waiting for her. "What I plant at night, I water in the morning." This became her rule. 10 seconds at night, 10 seconds in the morning. A tiny loop, repeated day after day. Her progress wasn't dramatic. It wasn't a movie moment. It was small. One phrase remembered here, one sentence spoken naturally there. But small wins, repeated enough times, start to look like real fluency. Soon Sana would face her biggest test yet, a night when she couldn't sleep at all, and everything she'd learned would be put to the test. Chapter 5.
The Sleepless Night. One night, Sana couldn't sleep. Her mind was racing, work stress, tiredness, worry. She lay in bed, wide awake, frustrated that even her calm nightly habit wasn't helping. She almost gave up and picked up her phone to scroll mindlessly. But instead, she remembered Leo's words. Even on hard nights, listening is better than nothing. She played her familiar audio again, softer this time, at a lower volume, almost background noise. She didn't try to focus. She let the English words simply exist in the room around her, like rain outside a window. She didn't fall asleep quickly, but she noticed something interesting. Even without trying, phrases from the audio floated through her tired mind. Some nights are not perfect. Some nights sleep doesn't come easily. But even then, a few quiet minutes of familiar English are never wasted. In her notebook the next day, tired but proud, she wrote, "A bad night for sleep can still be a good night for English." This lesson mattered more than she realized, because life is not always calm. Some nights would be hard, but her habit didn't need a perfect night. It only needed a few honest minutes. Soon, something would happen that proved just how much progress she had quietly made.
Chapter 6. The Proof. 3 months later, Sana sat in the hospital break room. A foreign doctor visiting from another country spoke to her quickly in English about a patient's file. Normally, Sana would have needed a second to translate in her head first. This time, she didn't. The words came out naturally, full sentences, no pause, no searching for words in her first language first. She answered smoothly, almost without thinking, the way native ideas simply arrive. Later, alone, she opened her blue notebook. She flipped through months of tired handwriting, sleepy sentences, half-finished thoughts written at 6 a.m., page after page, small phrase after small phrase. Every quiet night, every soft whisper, every 10-second morning review, they were never separate. They were the same river, flowing toward this one moment. She hadn't studied for hours every night. She hadn't stayed up late memorizing grammar rules. She had simply, gently used the tired hours that used to be wasted and turned them into something useful. Soon she would understand the final piece of the puzzle, why this method worked at all, and why it wasn't really about sleep. It was about consistency. Chapter 7. The Real Secret. Sana called Leo to tell her what happened at the hospital. He wasn't surprised. People think sleep learning means the brain magically learns brand new English while unconscious, Leo said. That's not true, and it never was. What's true is this. Your brain reviews what it already touched during the day, especially in those quiet minutes before and after sleep. You gave it familiar material at a calm moment, again and again. That's not magic. That's just consistency in the easiest possible moments of your day. Sana understood now. The secret was never really about sleep. It was about finding tiny pockets of time, moments when she was too tired to study, but not too tired to simply listen, whisper, and review. I didn't find extra hours in my day. I found new purpose for the hours I already had. She closed her notebook that night with a small smile.
Tomorrow there would be another tired evening, another quiet whisper in the dark, another small line in the notebook. And that was enough. That had always been enough. So here is Sana's method in simple steps you can start tonight. Choose something familiar, not new, for your nighttime listening. Play it softly right before you sleep, without trying hard to focus. Whisper a few sentences from it, quietly as your eyes close. In the morning, before touching your phone, read or say one line from the night before. On hard nights, when sleep won't come, let the English play softly in the background anyway. It's still not wasted. And remember, this method doesn't replace your daytime study. It simply uses minutes you were already losing. You don't need more hours in your day. You need a small, honest habit in the hours you already have. The tired ones, the quiet ones, the ones right before your eyes close. I am so grateful you spent this time with me today. If Sana's story felt familiar, maybe tonight is the night you start your own quiet notebook, your own soft whisper in the dark. Your English is not built only in classrooms. Sometimes it's built quietly, in the dark, one tired whisper at a time. Sleep well tonight and let a little English drift in with you.